Hello students, today our topic is Michel Fouclut and his famous three concepts, those are madness and civilization, birth of a clinic and discipline and punish. First we will talk about madness and civilization. In Madness and Civilization, he is talking about the difference in the treatment towards mad people before 18th century and nowadays. In this work, he is talking about the treatment for mad people in today's world. He is saying that today they are considered with the humanistic approach and they are giving proper treatment, but then he is criticizing today's treatment for madness also, like he is comparing this approach for mad people in a period before Renaissance. Before 17th century, these mad people were allowed to roam freely. They were not locked in a room. They were allowed to mingle with other people freely. So during that period, people are treated in a unique way. There was no special treatment for mad people before Renaissance. But today, mad people are kept in asylums and they are forced to be silent. They were not sent freely. This aspect Foucault criticized that the approach towards mad people were better during the period of Renaissance. From 17th century, when mental health was medicinalized, it happens to be degraded. Foucault is challenging the ways of society in today's world. So this is the concept of Michel Foucult in the work Madness and Civilization. Next concept is birth of a clinic. In birth of a clinic, he is talking about evolvement of medical science. Now hospitals are there, so people are treated in a better way. But if we watch, we can see that there are lots of hospitals everywhere, and almost most of the hospitals are like 5-star hotels. But in this chapter, he is talking about the concept of medical gaze also. What is it? He is saying that after medical evolvement, doctors look at patients as an organ or like a thing, not as a person or an individual. He is saying in this work that treatment became commercialized. After much developments in the field of medical science, doctors started looking at the patient as if he is only a thing or an object, not as a human being. This is what this concept of contempt he is calling as medical gaze. Another concept is the concept of Panopticism, which he is describing in the work Discipline and Punishment. In this work, he is talking about the history of punishment and how prisoners are punished before and nowadays. He is looking at the differences in olden days of punishment and today's punishment. And again he is telling about how prisons were formed. He is also talking about how prison system was emerged. He is saying that before 17th century there was punishment, but only those punisher gets condemned, and those who are suffering punishment gets a kind of sympathy. Here he is saying that how power operates in society through this process of punishment. All the prisons are a source of power establishments. Before 18th century, public execution was there. Before 18th century, though, people used to get punishment in front of all the people. So if he is hanged, it will be in like a public punishment, or it will be like a punishment before everyone. The person who committed the crime becomes a focus of sympathy. So when in front of all people, when one is getting some punishment, actually he is that person who committed that crime becomes a focus of, or a locus of sympathy. He gets more sympathy from the general public, and the executor of that punishment, or those who are making that punishment, becomes a focus of contempt or shame, or a locus of shame. Punisher becomes a locus of shame. Later, prison system came to reform the entire personality of a prisoner to avoid crime again. For this purpose only, later on in the modern period, this punishment system gradually changed, and all those people were kept inside a particular room or a particular area to get some mental evolvement. This is what by punishment system they meant, to get some mental evolvement. So during this, after 18th century, there came the system of punishment, and in this chapter he is talking about the concept of Panopticism. Panopticism is a type of punishment in which the sound of soul is restricted. Panopticism is a tower through which one can watch all the prisoners in a prison, but the prisoners cannot communicate with the watcher. Like it will be, Panopticism is a long or a very high tower through which that guard is watching all the prisoners in that prison, but the prisoners cannot see that watchman or that guard. So prisoners were forced to act in a polite way because they are being watched. This is a transaction from focus on body to focus on soul. So as a result of this, all the prisoners know that they are being watched. So they are forced to be silent. They cannot express their feelings. So they are focusing on the body language. They are not free to express their feelings. They have to be very silent If not, they may be punished. So here control is on the body, not on the soul. Sorry, this is a transaction from focus on body to focus on soul. So here in such type of prison, our body is not punished, but our soul is punished. We are not we are not free to express the sound of our soul. Through this concept of Panopticism, what Foucault is saying that discipline and punishment are two interlinked things. It operates in factories, schools, military, everywhere. So through this punishment system, discipline is exercised, and through these systems, power is operated, or power is exercised everywhere, in whether it's in houses or schools, factories, military, whatever, wherever it is, power is exercised through this disciplinary systems. Everywhere there is a code of behavior: power, punishment and discipline. So everything is interlinked. So there in the social areas, the society is trying to make us what we are not. So when we are living in a community or in a society, we are forced to act according to the laws of the society. That's why Foucault is saying that in such a case, there again comes the story of post-structuralism. That is, we are forced to act according to the rules of society. So we are forced to abide by the rules of binaries. Binaries are seen in a very negative way. So like binaries here means good and bad, light and dark. They are saying that only two things are there. There will be binaries also, man and woman, good and bad. So Foucault is saying that why this binaries? That's why he is called a post-structuralist, because when a person who is law-abiding is considered as great, and one who is not abiding or accepting the law, he is considered as a negative way or as a bad person. Foucault is asking, why is it so? Why some people are considered as bad? We have to rethink on it. We have to change the concept of society and consider everything, whether it's good or bad, black or white, light or dark, whatever it is, consider it all as good things, and we have to behave with those people, all those who are committed suicide, with sympathy. This is what Foucault is saying in the work Discipline and Punishment. Thank you.